If you suck at memorizing, then this video is for you. This is called the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. What this curve basically says is that right after someone tells you something, your teacher, whoever it is, you know 100% of that, but 20 minutes later, you only remember 60% of that. 1 hour later, you remember less than 50%. And if we go out to 1 day later without looking at that material again, it's only 30%. If you slack for a week, you're only going to remember 20% of what you originally learned. So how can we use this curve to fix that? To help your brain, we have to do something called spaced repetition. That means reviewing that night, reviewing 1 day later, 5 days later, and 10 days later. You can see each time when you do that review, the curve is flattening out higher and higher up, meaning you're going to retain more of that information each time you do your review. If you have the dedication to do this spaced repetition, I promise you're going to see results. You're going to see yourself retaining well over 70% of that material you originally learned.
If you haven't studied or haven't taken notes for an online class, this is going to save your life. Let's do it. Step 1, download all the lectures from Moodle or your online classroom. Go to otter.ai and import video. What it does is it creates a transcription of the meeting itself. When a question comes up online, here's what you can do. Press Command F, search for the word you're looking for. It'll show all the spots that it happened. You can also export the text as a PDF. This was a lifesaver for me. I hope this helps.
If you're using any of these methods over here, your studying is probably super inefficient and you're probably wasting your time. All of these techniques are passive. You're not actively thinking about the information. You're not trying to make those connections in your brain. I know because I used these and I didn't do as well as I possibly could have. So what should you do? Basically, you got to keep testing yourself. The more you challenge yourself and you work through those problems, the stronger the connections are going to be in your brain. If you think about a really hard math problem that you struggled to get through, once you figured it out, everything became a lot easier. Eventually, when I was forced to change up the way that I studied, I used these methods over here, which actually gave me better results, and I did better in med school and in my board exams. I'm going to go through each of these methods so you know exactly what I did. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you the study hack that I used in college, in medical school, and in my MBA. It's called the Pomodoro technique. What it is that you put your phone on airplane mode, you put a timer on for 25 minutes. During that 25 minutes, you focus on nothing but the task at hand, one task you're studying. When that 25-minute timer goes off, you take a 5-minute break. Throw on some headphones, close your eyes, relax, listen to music. Do not think about studying. After that break, set a 25-minute timer and get back to work. This is something you can do over and over again without getting too exhausted. The Pomodoro technique is going to allow you to focus on one thing instead of the millions of things that we have going on in our lives. So good luck. Please comment below if you have any questions, and please follow me for some more videos like this.
Got a lot of requests for how I studied in med school. Here are my top 3 tips. Number 1, learn how to harness caffeine and use it to actually study, not just stay up. Number 2, master the 10-minute nap. Number 3 is use the Pomodoro study technique. Comment below which of these I should explain first.
Let's go. How to study like a med student. First of all, always get your books spiral bound. It makes it so much easier for you to annotate. Second of all, have a method for how you're taking your notes. So you can see I color coordinated mine depending on where I got information from so I could consolidate it all in one place, aka my first aid book. So if I flip through here, let's find a good example. Here's fine. So anything in green came from Sketchy. Anything from brown, I think, came from Boards and Beyond. Flipping through again, anything in red was a question that I missed on UWorld. And that way, I don't have to take a million different books with me when I go to a coffee shop. I just have to take this. How to study like a med student. First of all, always get your books spiral bound. It makes it so much easier for you to annotate. Second of all, have a method for how you're taking your notes. So you can see I color coordinated mine depending on where I got information from so I could consolidate it all in one place, aka my first aid book. So if I flip through here, let's find a good example. Here's fine. So anything in green came from Sketchy. Anything from brown, I think, came from Boards and Beyond. Flipping through again, anything in red was a question that I missed on UWorld. And that way, I don't have to take a million different books with me when I go to a coffee shop. I just have to take this. How to study like a med student.
College app season is here and it is a stressful time. If you're stuck on your college essay or don't know where to start, here's a strategy anyone can use to write an outstanding college essay. I personally used it to apply to these following schools, and I was fortunately able to get into my most selective one, so I think it'll help you guys out a lot. So I call this the slice of life strategy, and basically what you want to do is share an anecdote or a story about your life that shows who you are and what's important to you. For example, if you want to show the reader that you're a compassionate leader, you want to share a story about the most important time in your life where you were a compassionate leader. And in your essay, you would elaborate on the impact that event had on you. So this is how you start. You want to use a cold open. Don't restate the prompt, leave that in English class, and throw the reader right into the midst of the action. And while you're telling your story, use lots of details that show, don't tell, the point that you're trying to make. So at some point, you're going to want to deviate from the story and start talking about the lessons you learned from it. This is where you're going to want to start talking about the traits in your thesis and how they define who you are and how they'll continue to define who you are in the future. Good luck!
Hey guys, so I had a 4.0 in college and I'm a technical writer right now, full-time for work, and I'm going to show you guys how I make sure I include all of my research in all my papers in case you guys need help with research papers. So I set up two things in Microsoft Word. This side is for the paper and then this side is for the research. I like to color code the sources, so this is like the source. I don't know what you guys use, but this is the source, and then the bullets are the information that I got from it. Yeah, this is to help you make sure you don't cite the wrong facts to the wrong sources. And when you put research, so we'll put Sam I Am likes green eggs and ham. So instead of actually putting the exact source, I don't know how you guys are going to cite your stuff, but I actually put the color of whatever the source is. And then I white out the font, so then I remember that I used it and I'm not going to go look for it later. And it's kind of fun to try to like white out all of your research. And when you're done with your paper, you just Control F the color and replace with the correct citation.
Okay, another one of my study tips that helped me throughout college. If you're taking organic chemistry or any biology course that requires you to draw molecules, please buy hexagon paper. And that's so that you can finally draw benzene. The paper really helps you put your mind in the mindset for studying the material.
Hi guys, my name is Demi. I'm a third semester nursing student, and some of you asked for study tips for nursing school, so here is part 1. First, something that helped me most in PathoPharm, a class where you go over more than 100 drugs a semester, was these drug cards. And on these drug cards, I would do like the name of the drug, the class, action, side effects, nursing interventions, patient teaching, a lot of things that are vital to nursing care and great for you to know on how to treat certain diseases. The second thing that really helped me was getting an iPad and downloading Notability so I could have PowerPoints ready and downloaded before class. And that way you can write down like certain things that your teachers say, highlight whatever you want, and use an Apple Pencil. This really, really helped me pay attention in class and connect a lot of the side effects and treatments and things like that. And it really helped me for PathoPharm. I also did MedSurg and fundamentals on an iPad taking notes, and it was great. Like for part.
Hey guys, today I'm gonna teach you how to do your school and motivate yourself from someone who's been doing online classes for 8 years. First, you find a chair, something leather, then you sit in it, like so. And then you grab your pencil and you begin to write your notes.
君の虜になってしまえばきっとこの夏は充実するの